local news that matters on Fox 44 News.
At this place in history, we're right on the Lake Champlain shoreline in Orwell with Steve Perkins, the executive director of the Vermont Historical Society. Steve, we are at the Mount Independence State Historic Site. The museum itself is closed for the season, but the particular feature of the site that we're on right now is not. So what brings us here?
Yes, Mike, I am so excited to be here. One of my favorite things to do is get into history, walk around history, and be in it. And that's something that we can do here at this historic site. It's managed by the Division for Historic Preservation. And so Elsa Gilbertson, who's a site administrator, and Mike Blakesley, who's a interpreter with the site, are going to bring us around.
Mike, I think people can figure out from where we are right now that we're right next to a stone foundation.
Yes.
But why don't you help illuminate people? A stone foundation likely for what?
So this stone foundation, which is one of our better foundations, is probably an officer's house, officer's quarters. And if you notice, it's well formed. Yeah. Nails were found here. There's a little bit of plate glass that was found here. The officers lived in very nice little huts.
A far cry, Mike, from what I think you told us an ancestor of yours wrote about. He had to convalesce from an illness in a dwelling he had to build himself.
He talked about the fact that he had to build this place after marching up from Connecticut. Yeah. But not only that, there were rattlesnakes in all the crevices on this hill.
This is the second of the 3 gun batteries that were built by the Americans in the late spring of 1777. They knew the British were coming, and so they had to prepare. The Polish engineer, Thaddeus Kosciuszko, had been sent up here to design these 3 batteries. So he had 500 men, and they built these 3 batteries in not that long a time. There were going to be cannons, and the trouble is that they had to leave before they got a chance to use it. But one year, during our Soldiers Atop the Mount Living History reenactment weekend, Mike's unit brought a cannon, and they fired it.
You could tell what it would sound like when the cannons went off here.
This was the General Hospital that was built in 1777 by the Americans, and it's probably the largest or one of the largest hospitals the Americans built during the American Revolution. Congress sent up a couple of their own to check out the health issues up here, and then Congress made a recommendation about building a hospital, and it was 250 feet long, which is huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And 24 feet wide. So they were just finishing it, and then the Americans decided that they had to leave. So the British actually were the first ones to use this hospital.
You can always visit the museum here, and year-round you can walk the trails.
Encircling the site of a former Revolutionary War fort at this place in history.